At Greenwell, we need to increase customer upsells by 20% and need to understand what people-based interventions are likely to have the biggest impact within the limited budget we have. Should we spend more on pay and bonus, training and development, or recruiting? Which aspect of the sales process is the best predictor of upsell achievement? For example, days to reach quota or number of upsells closed. What sales behaviors, traits and competencies correlate with high achievement? And finally, how can we change our business and people processes to focus on the most targeted interventions aimed at driving upsells growth? Whilst upsells are declining in key areas, we know some teams far outperform others, so need to look at the drivers behind these. In addition, many managers think the simple solution is to pay their sellers more, whilst others think sales training is insufficient. Other theories abound, but we're going to limit our initial analysis to the following data: pay and bonus, tenure, sales data from IBM's ICM sales and compensation offering tool, training development, employee engagement. The upsells rate reflects quota attainment for individual employees and would typically come from the client's incentive compensation management solution, such as the IBM ICM product. By mapping the client's real-time upsell quota attainment with connected talent insights, we tie in our human capital initiatives and measures to actual performance results in the field. Along similar lines, we could use ICM data to explore other sales performance outcomes like customer satisfaction, key selling objectives, customer retention, or revenue growth. But today, we're going to focus on upsells. Now we have assembled our data and loaded the data into Talent Insights, we can use the natural language data discovery engine to explore patterns and relationships and test some of these hypotheses. Notice the algorithm has already suggested some interesting patterns in the data. Simply clicking on this, Talent Insights generates the most appropriate visualization. In this case, a bubble chart showing how engagement improves, the days to reach quota declines. By adjusting the visualization, we can easily focus in on specific teams and product lines and collect the insight to the collection for later use in building the story. So in just a few clicks, we have identified a clear relationship between days to reach quota and engagement, in certain product lines in particular. But is days to reach quota the best measure to look for in terms of upsell achievement? And what underlying people factors actually influence those lower than average days to close scores? The ribbon suggests other interesting insights we may want to consider, such as age. Moving back to our original analysis, we can click on days to reach quota and see what Talent Insights suggests to look at instead. In fact, upsell achievement seems to have an even stronger correlation. Sales teams that are more highly engaged seem to perform better in terms of upsell target. Interestingly, the chart also shows a clear outlier, Des Moines Cayman team, with almost 170% achievement on upsell target, but much lower than expected levels of engagement. In the hover over, it is clear that only 8 upsells were closed. Such a small sample size may contribute to the higher achievement, so we need to look deeper than just a simplistic relationship, since about half the sales teams close way below 50 upsells in total. So we should be wary of drawing significant conclusions. So what else could be driving upsells? One common assumption is that more training equals more upsells. This is likely to be overly simplistic, so we need a strong analytics to go deeper than just number of training hours completed. In this example, we have data on 3 different types of upsell-related training courses implemented across our geos, and we can use a natural language question to discover more. The bar chart of upsell achievement rate renders immediately. And by selecting the color by option on the right of the chart, we are able to see how each training course impacts upsell achievement. Green bars represent upsell achievement of those attending each course. We can see that course 1 has almost no effect. Course 2 has a negative effect on upsells, and course 3 seems to have a positive impact on upsell achievement. In order to get a more complete, statistically robust picture of what's driving upsell achievement, we need to build a predictive model of upsells using our data scientist in a box capability. Here we've embedded over a dozen statistical tools which run at the click of a button automatically to create a powerful driver analysis to help us understand the main insights. In seconds, Talent Insights has built a rich set of visualizations to help me understand the drivers of upselling achievement. I can see the top 5 predictors are number of upsell proposals delivered, type of sales training course attended, sales focus competency score, sales leadership competency score, and days to reach quota. By clicking on the thumbnail on the right, we can see the visualization behind the statistical analysis. 67% of sellers delivering between 227 and 334 upsell proposals were high achievers, and 100% of those managing a whopping 334 or above also were high achievers. This seems to be a great predictor of upsell performance. We can also see that of the 6 different sales behaviors we tested for, sales focus and sales leadership are the 2 most strongly correlated with upsell achievement. When we look at all the factors in combination, we see that our top predictor is associated with 11 other inputs, including things like guaranteed compensation, absenteeism, and type of sales training attended. The decision tree and rules pages give yet more visualizations to help us interpret the analysis and make recommendations to the sales leaders on what to focus on. Finally, we need to collate all of these insights into a story that we can present to the sales leadership team with recommendations. Luckily, we can use the Assemble feature to collect all of these insights and build a narrative that is compelling. To do this, I simply select a template and drag the insights I've collected into the dashboard. In just a few minutes, I can add some explanatory text to include recommendations around the key insights. By dragging the thumbnail charts into the drop zone areas, they snap to fit and retain their interactivity. So I can bring the insights to life by adding filters, or even drilling into the visualizations and manipulating them on the fly. Finally, we can summarize the top 3 insights and recommendations to the business. Firstly, process. The strongest predictor of high upsell achievement was number of upsell proposal submissions delivered, and a better measure than upsells closed or days to close. We can develop sales processes and KPI incentives to encourage this behavior, as well as look into upsell proposal quality. Secondly, training. Those that attended training course 3 across all product lines had a 30% higher achievement on average. Thirdly, recruitment. Sales leadership and sales focus were the best predictors of upsell achievement, so our talent acquisition team can adjust assessment and selection policy to account for this. Hiring more sellers that score highly in these specific behaviors will improve upsell achievement. If you'd like to learn more about Connector Talent Insights or IBM's other SaaS offerings such as Incentive Compensation Management, please contact your local IBM representative.